Ron and Fez Show, and your chance to see Van Halen this Friday at the MCI Center.
All right, as you really got me in honor of Wonder Boy, who's leaving us in just a few weeks, who, let's face it, you were J-Dub's bitch in here since October. He just constantly pranked you. He set you up. And like Charlie Brown, you went for it every time.
Yeah, that's true. I'd like to say that it's not, but it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only problem is J-Dubs is like the dumbest guy here.
Yeah, he is.
He's deceivingly clever. That's the thing.
Well, he will be the dumbest guy here very soon. Dubs, why did you always pick on him? Why did you do it?
I don't know. I've always done it since I've been growing up. Always, go do like these practical jokes.
Well, why just him? I never see you doing it to anybody else. For some reason, Cigar Sid gets the pass, and it's always Wonder Boy. And the night that you made him break out his own window, thinking he was going to win the car, that's when you, I am not saying started crying, you welled up and tears came out of your eyes.
I think I was more aggravated than sad. I wouldn't say those were tears.
Well, no one's going to be sad for a window.
Oh, I was.
You cried.
Well, it was a cold night. It was the middle of the winter. I had to drive with no window.
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
We didn't even give it to him to go home in.
Yeah. And then the next night because he wasn't allowed to drive the new car. And then the next day I see him, and it was dead winter, and he has that stupid piece of plastic in his window. Here's
good times.
Yeah, we had some great times. The newest prank is you're going to Nag's Head. Hammett, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you, sir?
I'm a real big Van Halen fan. That's the only reason I'm going on the air admitting this one.
Okay.
But about 5 years ago, during the second season of Survivor, I had sent in a videotape application.
I'm already laughing. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So my buddy who's a lawyer found out. So he either got a hold of a piece of stationery from CBS or created one.
Right.
And, created this form contract that looked, completely official, a release, a waiver, everything.
Uh-huh.
And, and he wrote on, with the stationery that, you've been, pre-selected as an applicant from, the D.C. area. We're screening at, doing a preliminary screening of applicants who were selected at the Ritz-Carlton over in Tyson's Corner.
Oh,
so, we've got, an airplane ticket for you if you're selected out to, California, to go to Burbank, to go to the studio, to go through the final selection process, blah, blah, blah. So, he even FedExed the thing to my house. So, I was just so stoked and excited that, that I had a possibility of being a Survivor contestant. And then, showed up the next Saturday at the Ritz in Tyson's to go to the ballroom. And that, helped, play up the joke that it was the Ritz at Tyson's Corner. And walked in, and there were like 5 of my buddies there laughing their ass.
Oh, man, you're going to the final, Steve.
So not just, hey, let's see him just show up and there's not going to be anybody there. Let's be there to meet him.
You know what? Let me just do this. Let's give him a pair of Van Halen tickets before we even get started into the contest. Steve, you're going to Van Halen. Hey, I'm just kidding. You're not really going. No, of course you're going, Hammond. Hold on, buddy. You're going to go, brother.
It always happens to me.
Why would your friends think that it's funny to see you show up with a suitcase, and yet it is hysterical?
And the elaborateness of it all.
Yeah.
Getting some letterhead, the FedEx expenses.
The guy could have wrote it on a crayon on a paper bag. This guy would have went with it. All right, that's line 8. Give him a pair of Van Halen right off the bat. Here's Walker. Walker, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Hey, guys, I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Cool.
Hey, got pranked a couple times, but I got one guy back. But I'll tell you the best one, I guess. It was about 6 months ago in the Baltimore area. There was a big mega Powerball drawing.
Yeah.
Like, I think 60, 65, 75 million.
Yeah.
And what my buddy did, he actually recorded on his VCR the drawing, and the next day he went out and bought a ticket for the previous day's drawing, the same lotto.
Yeah.
And he played it when I came over at the same time the real lottery was going on.
Right.
And he had me thinking I won $75 million because he gave me the ticket. He said, okay, hey, we got 2 tickets. Here's yours, here's mine. And he was playing the actual pre-recorded lotto drawing. When I'm thinking it's live, it's the day before.
Right.
So in my hand, I got all the numbers. So I'm thinking I'm a millionaire.
Yeah, this gimmick gets done either with the newspaper, the videotape. So you were jumping up and down screaming, Walker?
I quit my job and everything. I mean, I was like, 'cause I work at night. I called them. I cussed out my boss. I told him what he could do with the job. And this guy was falling on the ground, rolling. I'm thinking he's happy because I'm a millionaire. He's laughing because he's got me with the prank. I mean, I had to go in there groveling for my job back, like this big sob story the next day, trying to get my job back. They actually gave it back to me at a reduced rate.
All right, Walker, I'm going to put you in the finals, 866-277-4969. You really got me. You really got me. Times that people pranked you and stung you hard. Here's Rick. Rick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
I was managing at a McDonald's back when I was in just starting out college, and we had this drawing thing that every Friday, you know, you put your business card in a box, and every Friday they'd pick one out and give free lunch for the office.
Right.
So one day I was managing one morning, and all of a sudden people just started coming into the restaurant with saying, all happy, hey, I want a free lunch for my office, give me my food. And people just kept on coming and coming. There's about 50 people in the lobby of the McDonald's. The drive-through was like two blocks long, and somebody apparently stole about 500 business cards and called them the night before and said that they want a free lunch. I mean, the owner was there. It's a franchise. So right. The owner was there. The dude was freaking out. He was like, "Please tell me who called you? Who called you guys?" And he was like, "Man, I don't know, man. I got 8 people in my office.
That is hysterical.
I can't give out any more apple pies.
All right, thanks a lot, man. You're in the finals. That's a good one. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez. What do you got for us, buddy?
Hi, Ron. Hi, Fez. Sometimes the simplest pranks cause the deepest trauma.
Yeah.
You remember when the shrink-to-fit jeans were really big?
Yeah.
They'd come unwashed, like stiff as cardboard.
Yeah.
And in 8th grade, my classmate said, Kevin, if you want those to fit right, you got to get in the shower, put them on, stand there for about a half hour, and let them shrink to fit the right size. And the dye from those jeans, made my legs blue for like 2 weeks. And so I'm still traumatized by that.
Thank you very much, my friend. You're in the finals.
I would have loved to have worn shrink jeans.
All right, I'm just going to let our crack staff at the other room know. Line 4 will get me fined $3 million, and line 10 will get me fined $3 million. I cannot.
$6 million phone lines.
When it was $35,000, sure, I would have ran those calls. They're a little too. No, instead of just telling the person, hey, we can't put that on, I just see both lines like they just cut them off. I don't know what goes on in there.
It's one extreme or another.
This isn't Nag's Head. You're in the big town. Rick, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
When did they get you?
Well, I was 7 years old, and my friend called me up, and he said, you're not going to believe this. He said, I'm joining kite school, and if you can get your mom to drive us down to Ocean City, we can learn how to fly kites and everything. And, 'cause I was like, really? Because he's always flying kites all the time.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he comes over to my house. He's wearing a shirt saying Kite Loft. And I believed it. I'm like asking my parents, hey, Mom, me and Jay are going to go to Ocean City. I need you to drive us down there tomorrow for kite school. Jay's enrolling us. And they were like, they thought I was nuts. And I kept asking them for like weeks. I mean, I couldn't stop asking my mom, I want to go to kite school. Oh, they thought I was nuts for at least a year.
That's great, man.
I couldn't get it.
So you were basically the sidekick in that relationship, huh? You weren't the cool one. All right, thanks, man. You're in the finals. Here is Curtis. Curtis, how did they get you? How did you get pranked?
I lived over here in Warrington, man. They had Little Caesars over here shut down for drug problems. Anyways, me and another guy was working one morning. I'm the only one with the car. I decided to slip over to another guy's house to work with us, and we got a little stoned.
That don't make you a person.
Yeah. Well, we got a little stoned. I guess I passed out on his bed, man, just went to sleep, and I was over there for about 2 hours. So they come up with this little scam to where, he calls and to prank me a little bit. So the guy, Paul, wakes me up. He's like, dude, he was like, Andy doesn't have a car. He got like 10 orders, got to go out now. So I freak out. I was like, wow, how long has it been? I thought it was a half hour. Nah, man, you've been out for 2 hours. So
get in the car, rush over there, hop out the car, run in the store, start loading up bags, grabbing 2 liters, had all the little fake slips boxed up to everything. It wasn't until I got to the car and I lifted up one of the bags I realized all the damn boxes were empty, man.
All right, my friend, you're going into the finals.
All right, brother.
Thanks for the call. Van Halen tickets on the line, 866-277-4969.
Carl, what do you got for us, body?
I got the greatest prank ever. It's you got a party going on, and what you do is you film the empty bathroom before the party. Somebody goes to the bathroom, you put the tape in, they come out of the bathroom, everybody's watching the tape and laughing, and they think that they've been filmed in the bathroom.
All right, so all they're doing is as they come out of the bathroom, everybody's laughing, pointing at the empty bathroom, and they thought they got taped. All right, that's pretty cute. That one's not bad at all, Fez. All right, 866-277-4969. 866-277-4969. Here is Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how you guys doing? I was working at McDonald's as a manager a couple years ago, and there was a rule that you had to make your own fries for the drive-thru order.
Yeah.
And I was like victorious for taking all the employees' fries, and they'd make them, and they get really pissed off. So finally, a guy put super glue on the back of one of the fry things one day. It got super glued into my hand, the box. I had to go to the emergency room and get it surgically removed from my hand.
So you would stop stealing food. All right, yeah, you're
a little hamburglar, aren't you?
866-277-4969. Peter, you're on the Ron and Fez show. What do you got for us, pal?
Yeah, when I was in college, one of my hallmates decided he would steal all my CDs and my radio and put them in his closet. So when I came back, I freaked out and threatened to kill everybody. And they told me where he was. Well, this guy wasn't there that stole them. So he, when I stole them back from him and put them in my closet, so when he went in, I said, "Where's my stuff?" He went to his closet. It was all gone.
All right.
So,
yeah.
So the old bait and switch.
Yeah, basically, you know, he's like, "I'm not going to replace any of it. I'm not liable for anything." And I screamed at him for like 15, 20 minutes. And
that's great.
That was the big one.
All right, that's great stuff. Here's Jim. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Ron and Fez. How are you guys doing?
Hey, buddy.
I really like the show, just for one. And
it is good, isn't it?
It's very good. It's a lot better than some shows at night. But anyway, I was in the Coast Guard back 10 years ago, and we got real drunk one night with some buddies at one of the local establishments at Virginia Beach. And my buddy goes back to the room, and I get lucky enough to pick up two girls, but I'm so drunk, and when I'm hammered, I get back to the room, and the next morning I wake up, and both my fingernails and toenails are painted pink, and I wear it for like 2 weeks as a badge of honor on the ship.
Now, doesn't everybody in the Coast Guard paint their toenails pink?
Well,
or is that just what the Navy says about you? All right, yeah, go into the finals there, Coastie.
Thanks.
I'm believing everything but the part about picking up two girls.
Yeah, I'm not falling for that one either. All I think is he went home, painted his toenails pink, and he made up the crazy one. John, you're on Ron and Fez. We'll take a couple more, and then Fezzy's got a pick here. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, you guys. How you doing? You guys rock.
Yeah, we do.
All right, I got a good scenario for you. I was getting married, and my friends at work all knew that I was having a little bit of difficulty with my mother and my wife with every aspect of the wedding. So a few weeks before the wedding, they decided to put up a fake website that looked like a news website and post a story saying that the church was burning down. Now, my wife is a nurse, and she was working that day. She has no contact with anything. I called her. She starts breaking out crying at work. I call my mother and ask her what's going on. She starts crying. Everybody's freaked out. It was only until I called her aunt, 5-10 people down the line who lives next door to the church, and asked her how bad the church was, and she said, "You stupid idiot, everything's fine." They were all laughing at me the whole time.
They all set you up?
They all. First thing is, they didn't just set me up, they set my whole family up.
That's hysterical, man. All right, you're going into the finals. I like the elaborate pranks. They're always fun.
I like it anytime a group can keep their crap together.
Yeah. Yeah. Like they did in Bully. Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, man, I was in one of those meetings, you know what I'm talking about, one of the meetings we belong to, and I happened to be a treasurer, which is a bad thing for a drunk. And somebody happened to pass a bogus lottery ticket in there for $10,000. I happened to be counting the collection plate, and I seen that ticket, and I was like, man, we've got it made. We've got our rent paid. We've got all this, and we've got this money and everything else. Come to find out it was a bad ticket. We had nothing. We would announce it and everything else, and one of these damn drunks out there just played us. I mean, it was...
You see, Fezzy, even when you give up drinking, you can still have fun. All right, thanks. You're going into the finals.
I hate those fake scratch-offs.
Yeah, they are annoying. They are annoying.
People send them out every Christmas.
And you know if you ever hit big, then you know for a fact it's fake. Because no one ever hits big.
Yeah, I'll end up throwing away a real ticket.
Yeah. Harry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't normally tell this, but I really want Van Halen tickets. A couple years ago, I was in Thailand on a Navy ship, and let's just say had a little indiscretion, and got back stateside and went to get the old HIV test, and confided in my best friend how worried and upset I was about this, and told him that it would take a week to 10 days to get the results. 10 days later, I get a phone call, allegedly from the clinic, telling me that the doctor needed to see me immediately. So I went flying down to the clinic, checked in with the nurse. She told me to have a seat. 2 hours later, I go up and ask her what the deal was. She pulls the record and says, "Oh, your results aren't back in." Called my friend. Sure enough, he had pranked me. It was the absolute cruelest thing anybody could ever have done.
I can't even imagine. I can't imagine somebody thinking, I'm going to get my friend by acting like he's got a terrible disease.
It was
so
horrible.
mean.
I mean, I'm shaking right now just telling the story.
All right, my man, you're going into the finals. You know, I mean, a prank should have a joke somewhere into it. All right, let's just take a couple more, and then we got to pick. Hey, John, what do you got for her?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, John.
Hey, yeah, man, I was in the Navy, you know, and I was out in the sea, and I was what they call a coop cleaner. You know, just TAD, I was basically the berthing's maid, you know, had to clean up and everything. I got tired of these guys ragging on me and everything. I was only about 18 years old. So when the night shift was working, the day shift was up. The day shift was working, the night shift was up. So it was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the night shift didn't have to be up till 6:30 to be up at 7 o'clock for a 12-hour shift.
Right, real quick.
Yeah, they had an alarm clock that sits up all around us. So I'm going to set everybody's clock up like 3 or 4 hours. So there's no other clocks in the berthing. So all these clocks are simultaneously going off, and these guys are getting up, getting ready for work at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They don't have to go until 7 at night. So,
now, you could end up in big trouble for that, I guess.
You know,
in the Navy.
you ought to see what else you got. So,
yeah, I understand.
To make a long story short, they really PO'd at me. So when I was sitting on the stool reading my magazine, they dumped a mop up of dirty water on me.
Well, there you go. That's the payoff.
That is McHale's Navy.
A bucket of dirty water. That's the funniest joke ever.
That's that Kelsey Grammer up Periscope movie.
All right, Fezzy, we got all these people holding. We can only take one more. What do you say? Mike, Tom, Baby D, Garrett, Dylan, Grant, Trevor, Pule, or Cam? Who do you want, Fezzy?
Give me Trevor.
Trevor, that's your brother's name. So here we go on line 7.
Better not be him.
Trevor.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you got for us, pal?
Me vs. the Monster, June 25th, Warehouse Next Door, Van Halen sucks.
All right, that was a wrestling thing. Now, where did he say it was at?
Across from the MCI Center or something like that? It can't be.
I thought you said warehouse.
Yeah. Trev, call back. We'll promote your wrestling thing. So I guess we just got pranked. So that's the way we went out. And so did all those other people who stood a chance. And yet Fezzy, the natural-born loser, picks the one call out of all those calls up there that doesn't want the tickets. You, my friend, are Schleprock.
Another jinx move. It was the one name I recognized.
You are the Jinxie Jinxerton. And then I forgot we call your brother Travis on the air because you don't want to let everybody know it's Trevor.
It's so different.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. Fez will come back and announce who is the winner. We'll be right back. It's the Ron and Fez Show.